Hello and welcome to Pony 411. This is episode 219 for the week of April 22nd. I am Alca7raz, and joining me as normal is Nemesis.
Hi.
Now that we're in our normal season schedule, these weeks are going by insanely fast.
A bit. In some ways, in other ways, I feel like they're dragging on forever.
Yeah, it's just weird now that we're coming back every week.
Every week.
Yes, every week. So this week's been a bit odd. A couple things happened. I can't believe Avicii died.
Yeah, it sucks.
That's just like, wow, out of the blue. He's the same age as me.
Yep.
It's just not right. Anyway, we're not going to mull about that depressing topic. We're just going to move on. We've got just a standard episode for us this week. Unfortunately, we don't have a comic to talk about because shipping.
They went to the wrong post office.
I could have brought mine if I would have known.
One of them.
Yeah, one of them. Because we had we had issue 65 in the annual that came out, but we're gonna have to wait on those.
Yep. They should have showed up today, but they didn't.
They did not. Anyway, we do got some news to talk about. We're gonna talk about today's episode, and we are going to talk about a little bit of fan content. We finally have a decent amount of fan content to talk about. It's kind of all dumped at once, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit.
Let's go ahead and get started with the news. If you would like to follow along, you can find our show notes at pony411.libsyn.com/show notes. Remember, that's spelled LIBSYN. So go there, click the link for this episode, and let's get into this. In convention news, BronyCon has announced Tabitha St. Germain and Tony Fleece. I always get those two mixed up. Tony Fleece. Like the golden fleece.
Yes. Found that out from him.
Yeah. Everfree Northwest has announced the lineup for the Pony Stock and Gala events for this year. That's coming up real soon.
Yep, less than a month away at this point.
So check those out. And there is a new convention in Dallas. It's left to fill the gap left by Nightmare Nights. And apparently, I believe, they've announced it's going to be at like the same venue too.
Huh.
Right
really?
Across from Londoner. They're going to use the same venue, and it is different times though. Looks like February 8th through 10th, 2019. So.
Yeah, I could have sworn they said something along the lines of they hadn't decided on a venue quite yet.
Maybe. Things may still be in flux a bit, but yes. So they have a date announced, and it's going to be same area, at least the same general area.
Yeah, either Dallas, and that's about it so far.
Yeah. I believe I saw it may have been at the same one, but either way, same general area, new time, filling the gap, and we hope they do well. There's a lot of people who really would like to have a convention in that area.
Mm-hmm.
And they're missing Nightmare Nights. So good luck to them. Into fandom news, the Brony Thank You Fund is looking for volunteers to help at conventions, like to staff the tables and stuff. So if you're interested in doing that, see if you can get a hold of them. Equestria at War, a massive mod for the strategy game Hearts of Iron 4, is available, and apparently has been. It was just recently updated though, so yes, kind of flew under the radar. Woo. Fall of Anterfold has a new demo out for their new chapter in their game. It's called Outland. In comic news, Ponyville Mysteries issue number 3 synopsis is out. It is as follows. The Cutie Mark Crusaders must solve a dangerous mystery at the Ponyville Retirement Village before it's forced to close. Is one of the curmudgeonly residents to blame, or could it be a villain from the past?
Could have gotten away with it.
If it wasn't for those meddling kids and their dogs.
It's always Old Man Jenkins.
We also have a synopsis for Friendship is Magic issue number 68. It's Tempest Tale Part 2 of 2. Tempest's journey to the Crystal Empire becomes unexpectedly personal and dangerous as she confronts her past.
Oh no.
Does she get into a tangle with an Ursa?
Sure.
Isn't that what happened? Sort of. That's only part of what happened, but yes. Into Equestria Girls news, the Baby Turtles Equestria Girl short is now up on YouTube. It's Baby Turtles. That's the name of the episode. Aww. And Friendship is Magic news. Turns out Jackpot really is Trixie's dad. This was actually confirmed in a UK book before the episode came out.
Reconfirmed by Jim.
And then reconfirmed, yes. No news about Moneybag. So apparently one of the earlier comments we forgot apparently had her mom in there somewhere.
Yeah, I just found that. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Well, I know with a lot of those sort of things, what happens is the surrogate
Yeah.
it often winds up, or surrogate, or the mother who's carrying or whatever winds up being part of the family, so to speak, in a way.
So
They're
could still be two
as
dads.
kind of an aunt or whatever.
Could still be two dads.
Yes.
Yes.
Keeping it alive.
Yes, it is. And looks like the Treehouse crisis has been averted. They've changed their scheduling so that they are no longer showing that they will be airing new episodes early.
Kind of being hyperbolic if you're calling it a crisis.
I'm purposely being hyperbolic. The crisis has been averted.
Yeah. Airing schedule's back to something more in line with the U.S. schedule.
Yes. We'll see if it stays.
No. Yeah.
We'll watch them just air them early anyway. Gosh darn it.
Oh, no.
So yes, that's it. That's the news.
Mm-hmm.
Back to our short news sections.
Yep. No merchandise.
No, yeah, surprisingly, that's usually our big one.
It hasn't
We
been
get
for
a
the last
lot
few
of
weeks.
merchandise.
It's been very short, and now it's nothing.
We need more merch stuff coming out.
Buy your toys.
So yeah, that's it for the news. I guess it's to move on to our lowly, lonesome discussion topic. The episode, Surf and or Turf. So for a quick synopsis, the CMC gets summoned by the map to go to Sequestria / Mount Eris.
Huh.
Yeah, I guess. And Twilight's going to go with them because she has a permission slip for...
Also, they're kids still.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to leave kids alone.
Especially those three.
So yes, they go to go see Mount Eris / Sequestria. And they are greeted by Silverstream's brother, which I've already forgotten the name of.
It's Terramar.
Terramar, thank you. Who shows them around. And they find out Terramar's the one with the friendship problem that needs to be solved. He's got to figure out where he wants to live. In Mount Eris or in the sea.
Under the sea, if you will.
Under the sea. Yes. So, while Twilight's doing Twilight stuff, research, Terramar shows the CMC around, starting with Mount Eris and such like that. And Sweetie Belle absolutely falls in love with a place called Harmonizing Heights. Mm-hmm. Thinks that place is great. And then they go to Sequestria, and Scootaloo's absolutely enthralled by it. And then they start bickering between each other on which one is better, trying to help Terramar and not succeeding until Terramar storms off.
I'm just more confused than ever.
And then they realize their mistake and realize that Terramar doesn't actually have to make a decision, bring him back and show him, and then he's happy and everyone's happy, and that's the end of the episode.
Yep. There you go.
This is a fun little episode.
Yeah.
And it kind of touches on potentially two interesting topics I did not think that they were going to be bringing up. One of them, and it's not explicitly brought up, but there's kind of this subtle implication.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of, maybe not really. Having to pick between two parents to live with. Except the parents seem perfectly happy with each other. But that's sometimes the case.
Yeah, it does happen.
In divorce.
It does happen. It doesn't happen all the time, but it does happen.
It might be a divorce case. It's not
That's the vibe I was getting.
It's the vibe I was getting too, and I think it's the vibe we're supposed to be getting. Yeah, but they see each other and they're happy to see each other and stuff. But that happens if it's an amicable split. But there was also in the beginning this idea of which one is better and being, especially it's great to be a Hippogriff festival.
Yeah,
it's like oof, they didn't go there, but. I was wondering if they were going to bring that one up. And it's kind of those inklings, like it wasn't at that point of racism between the two and supremacy between the two, but it's one of those, watch for that one because that's one of those they could easily build into it. Mm-hmm. Like, let's make sure we nip this in the bud. It's great to, prefer being a hippogriff, but it doesn't mean that you're in any way objectively better for it. That's one of those. Yeah. Watch that one, because that can quickly turn into, I prefer being a hippogriff, turning into hippogriffs are objectively better than sea ponies. And then that's where racism comes from.
Oh boy.
Yeah. But yeah, other than that, it was definitely a good episode. I liked where it went.
There's actually kind of a third thing you get into, sort of. I kind of got a. I think it's something some people might see. I saw it towards the end that some people might see this, and it's something that I'm not super familiar with, but I'm aware of with Terramar, which is the idea of gender fluid.
Right.
The whole switching between things.
You could probably see that one. Again,
I kind of thought about that towards the end. It's like, it's obviously probably not the intent.
Probably not.
I would suspect some people will kind of read that into there, and that's a topic though I'm just not super familiar with.
Yeah, it's not one that I would feel qualified to talk about.
But it's an interesting idea, I think.
But I could see where you're coming from there. Having to pick, or not having to pick, thinking you have to pick, and then you don't,
or possibly even sexuality as well. But
yeah, that too. I mean, you could use it. It could be
metaphors,
a metaphor, an analogy for that. The surface one is the obvious pick which parent you want to live with. Surface. Yes, the surface level is here, but there might be more underneath the waves.
Yep.
And there might be more than meets the eye.
This isn't Transformers. I didn't see
Star Screams, brother. I mean, Silver Streams, brother.
Yeah, I didn't see Sea Spray though. I hate that guy.
They're both Hasbro products. We can make references to Transformers here, right?
There was that episode where Sea Spray turned into a fish person. That did happen. G1 was a weird time.
G1 was a weird time.
And you know some of it.
I know some of it. You showed me some of it. It was definitely a weird time. I liked a lot of things that they showed off in here. There's a lot of world building and stuff that they did. A lot of visual stuff. I liked how they came really close to the same visuals as the movie.
Yeah, kind of.
Like in Sequestria, they did a pretty good job with the limited budget that the show has compared to the movie.
Yeah, if you look at them side by side, though, yeah.
You can definitely notice a difference. You definitely can notice a difference, but they did pretty good with what they had. So
Flash.
Props to them. Yeah.
Flash
props to them.
Flash goes in the trash.
Flash goes in the trash.
I mean that in multiple ways.
Yeah,
this was actually pretty great episode, I think. It still kind of annoys me that the map thing, but at this point it's like it's a thing and there's nothing stopping that anymore.
Yep.
That train has left the station.
Brand new train to Mount Eris. Big
old
land bridge too.
Brand new stop.
Yeah.
I guess there's literally just one train track through all of Equestria that just goes around.
Yeah, it's got to be in like this big star pattern though, because it's just like stop, then they turn around and go the other direction.
I know the Crystal Empire. They literally, or no, I don't know what was the. Not Crystal Empire. It was actually the stop near Starlight's Village. It's like, why is there a stop here? They literally had to back the train up. That must be an offshoot. That unfinished offshoot.
There is another train. The Crystal Empire does have their own train. We've seen it,
but we've only seen one track, and I remember that came from the opposite direction. No!
They have multiple trains on the same track all the time.
I know, but
management cases for
if there's a offshoot track, or
they usually have like offshoots.
We never saw one. I think someone made a joke about it, just that train just barreling through the Ponyville or the Friendship Express.
Yep, I think I know which one you're talking about. Just blam.
But getting off trains,
they did, getting back on track.
Yeah, getting off trains so we can get back on track. Oh, geez, it's all falling apart. But the actual thing is just, it's nice to okay, what happened to the Hippogriffs after the movie? And okay, they kind of split because not all of them wanted to go back to being Hippogriffs. And it's like, okay,
yeah, some of them preferred.
So, also, it's like it would be a wish just if we built this whole city down here and not on rock and roll, and
Yeah.
It's like
I don't
we
wanna
wasted
leave
just
it.
vacate that one because we had to abandon the first one and kind of, did a
We
good job
put all
of,
this effort in.
We did a good job of renovating the old place too, because that was pretty bad looking when we saw it in the movie. Something bad happened here. Yeah, it's nice seeing the hippogriff / sea pony stuff and seeing them. Okay, society has kind of moved along after post Storm King, and also there's kind of like there's no real argument. Just like just do your thing. They even have we saw this in the premiere a bit, but some of them have the necklaces which have pieces of the pearl.
Pieces of the pearl, so that implies the pearl was broken up.
They shattered it with a hammer
or a big rock.
Where's me mallet?
So yeah, that's interesting. I wonder what kind of repercussions that'll have if they shattered the pearl.
Nothing, probably.
Shattered pearl. Oh.
Yeah. I don't think it'll have any real repercussions, but it's just kind of interesting they just did that. It's like, here you go. If you want to change, here's a piece.
Yeah.
Instead of like, I don't know, a changing station of sorts.
Build a changing station on the beach. That's where you'd have a changing station.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just also kind of, we see little pieces of it, like the hippogriffs have their, what is it, their silly festival. It's great to be a hippogriff day or whatever. It's like,
yep.
That's a name, I guess.
Name. Apparently they do it every weekend.
Name.
Every weekend.
Yeah, it's like, Tone it down, guy. Tone it down a bit. See, the thing when they started off with that, I thought for sure the episode was going to go in this little thing. There's kind of a weird grudge going between the two halves.
Yeah, even like with the synopsis that we've had for a little bit.
I thought for sure there's going to be some sort of weird grudge because of that scene specifically. And this, no, they're still on good terms. They still talk to each other. Whatever, no big deal.
They need to keep talking to each other, though, because that's definitely the... if they stop talking to each other,
but it's just kind of interesting, just also the salmon juice and...
Right, and fish oil tea or something like that. Salmon juice.
Yeah, and they
we already know
invited Twilight to drink it. And so
I like Twilight's response. It's for research.
She's happy about it, and...
Well, it took her a second.
I know, but I also noticed that it's just kind of funny because I've seen a lot of people do this. I have this idea that
horses are omnivores, by the way.
Yeah, I know, but they don't usually eat meat unless extreme circumstances.
Yeah,
but the people had this weird thing of like between there's the Pegasi sometimes eat fish, and two, there's also I've seen people do this thing of alicorns are omnivores for real and will absolutely eat meat no problem. And it's like, okay. It's a weird concept, but now it's like
ponies eating meat.
Now it's possibly a thing in the show for real.
Yep. Well, we've seen fish be used for food too, like for other animals at least, not for ponies.
No, although there was that one sandwich in season 1 which clearly had meat in it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh geez.
But
ponies
eating meat.
Yeah, it's just kind of funny. Twilight's in this episode, but it's kind of interspersed throughout the episode.
Yeah, she's not a main character. It's a CMC episode, so no.
It's a CMC episode, but she's there. She's still doing stuff. She's doing her research, which she's enjoying quite a bit.
Well, she was also using it as an excuse just to, look around.
Yeah, well, for Twilight, research is absolutely something you can do on a vacation.
Yes.
Because I don't blame it. It's like take a vacation every once in a while. Because I mean, you just saved Equestria again. You just opened a school and had to deal with all that nonsense. Take a break.
Take a break. Mental health is important.
Yeah, you just taught that to Fluttershy.
Yes,
she knows. So yeah, it's also what was it? The ring toss she won. That was a very nice trophy for her ring toss. Trophy. Man, ring toss must be a big deal.
Maybe, or trophies are just really easy to come by for them.
Yeah.
That's just their, simple one.
Yeah.
You should see their big ones.
Oh, no. But, yeah, also just underwater, the houses underwater were interesting just because they seemed kind of small. But at least from the outside, don't.
Yeah, well, we didn't really see much of the hippogriff houses either.
Yeah, we kind of saw bits and pieces, but...
And most of the houses I think that we've seen all kind of look small from the outside, just for, making it easier on the artists. Yeah.
But if you draw them bigger, then you draw less houses.
Yeah, but then you lose a sense of scale.
Well, they're already little ponies,
Scale. Fish.
but they're just little ponies. I mean, this also this says this reinforced that because all the hippogriffs are way tall.
Yes. Hippogriffs are big.
Yeah.
Ponies are small.
Yeah, they just really want to go with that. They're really small. They're little ponies.
They're little ponies, not just normal ponies. Little ponies.
Which I know that I remember that throwing that a lot of people's headcanons out of whack. Cause, well, that's also weird because now that means the griffins are also small, relatively.
Somewhat, maybe.
The griffins weren't really much bigger than the ponies.
Yeah, I think that's just because it was easier to put into Flash.
Yeah, at the time it was just like a griffin.
They wanted
got to
a
be
whole bunch
about
of
the same
different
size,
sizes.
and now it's like, then they expanded that.
Now they can do more, so they're having different sizes, and it's kind of, wait. Like, no.
I mean, the Iron Whale's pretty large comparatively.
Yeah.
So it's weird.
It's weird.
And it's like, how did the ponies then become the predominant culture of the world?
Magic.
Because they have
Direct
magic.
use of magic.
They have magic. The Wine and the Dragons, man.
You had Celestia and Luna.
Yeah. Well, but before that, though,
May not have been predominant then.
I don't know. I still don't know a lot of things, but
The world is bigger than we have seen. But remember, when the sun and the moon for the entire planet is controlled by ponies, they kind of get a little bit of a benefit there.
Oh yeah, this episode was written by Brian Hayfield.
Yeah, like
Hadfield?
Hadfield.
Yeah.
Holfield. Brian Holfield.
Yeah.
Which is brand new for the series.
Yeah, brand new to it. And he did
Stretch Armstrong, his previous credits.
things a little differently.
Yes.
For one thing, CMC actually arguing to that degree.
Yes.
Sweetie, Bill, and Scootaloo just both really arguing. And then, don't talk to me again.
Yep.
Don't at me.
Don't. Yes, and then we had Apple Bloom doing the
voice of reason.
cliche. Sweetie Belle told me to tell you to.
Yeah, that whole thing.
That whole thing.
Literally like 2 feet apart.
Yep.
Also, there was a one point where, why do you guys say it's telling me it's not your fault? And then Apple Bloom's face just, why do you think?
Just a deadpan.
Just, or then later when Scootaloo says, oh, you can live in Equestrian. Apple Bloom's face just gets a line. Just
Really?
The mouth becomes a line. Just
I-beam face.
Yep. Oh, no. And there was that, yeah, and they're arguing through the song, actually.
Yes, we did have a song.
Hooray.
It was a good song, and then it turned into an argument song.
Yeah. And I just kept thinking Under the Sea throughout so much of the episode. And just Scootaloo might as well be Sebastian.
Yeah. No. We can't start doing that. We don't want to get hit by Content ID.
We won't. Not for that. Not for that.
That did kind of make me sad, that point with Scootaloo underwater. It's like flying. Oh.
How would you know?
Oh. How'd Scootaloo fly?
She did. Underwater.
And in her dreams.
Yep.
Don't rub it in.
Rubbing it in pretty hard. But that was also Sweetie Belle and the Harmonizing Heights, and that was like Hill's, Sound of Music there. I just remember that music there. There's really nice ambient bit right there,
Yes.
and I just know someone's going to use that as a basis for a song because that's really
I hope
good.
they do. That was
That's a really
really
good
cool.
Just because, and you thought the song was going to kick in there.
Yeah, well, I was kind of hoping it would
Wrong.
turn into a song, and it didn't.
I was glad
go
it didn't
well.
actually. I preferred it as it was, without a vocal song.
Well, I was hoping it
right
would
there.
turn into
I-
just because
I
I
just-
wanted a song.
Well,
I
you
got a song.
I just
didn't
preferred it
spot.
as it was, with right there with no song, no vocal song. It's just really nice, and just Sweetie Belle spinning around.
Yep.
Just talking about how amazing it is, and why don't you just live there then?
And Sweetie Belle moves to Mount Eris.
Well, she can't yet. She's a minor.
Minor.
Oh yeah, the dad was Skybeak,
Skybeak.
Brian Dobson.
Brian Dobson.
And then Ocean
Hey.
Flow, the
The mom.
mother was Adva Sodak.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just again getting interesting that it's just I was surprised when I saw them talking to each other so pleasantly.
Yeah.
I thought for sure it was gonna be a bit of a like one of the like Skybeak, Ocean Flow, that sort of thing.
Yeah. But no.
Kind of a tenseness. It's like,
Yeah, but there's no tension.
Yeah,
There's
it's
no
just like,
tension
okay.
between them.
hey,
It's like,
what's
oh,
up?
hey, how have you been doing? been interesting. Don't
and neither one of them have
entirely know the
necklaces,
details.
or at least Oceanflow doesn't. Skybeak did,
Skybeak did.
but Oceanflow did not. So it makes me wonder if they really.
Well, there was a
are.
couple positions where you couldn't see his necklace, so
Yeah.
I don't know if it was like animation error or just angles or whatnot.
Yeah, and wait, I'm trying to remember. Wasn't Starscream? Thanks. Now I can't remember the actual name. Thanks to you.
It's Silverstream.
Yeah, Silverstream. Didn't they say she was a cousin of Princess?
Maybe
I could have sworn they said she was a cousin of her.
I can't
something.
remember.
So that would mean that also Terramar is also technically royalty.
I don't really have anything else really to add.
Huh.
I could think of.
Yeah, there was right, the story that in the train ride they had a little bit. This is a brief little thing, like, oh yeah, this is what happened in the movie in case you missed it.
Yeah, they did do that.
Storm King and everything, and Applejack said what?
Applejack said, well, she didn't say that. Apple Bloom, stop embellishing the
It's
story
like,
to
I
make
just
your
like, it's like,
sister.
what? It's annoyed. What?
Don't take my credit.
Applejack barely did anything. I mean, that was one of the big criticisms of the movie. Applejack barely did anything.
Actually, I think the Fluttershy did less.
But yeah, Applejack and Fluttershy. I mean, the criticism with Applejack and Fluttershy barely were there.
Yeah, Fluttershy had like one line the entire movie.
She's just there. But yeah, it's just yeah, they had a quick little thing, and of course everyone's around is like, ooh, interested.
Ooh, big story time.
Yep.
I still do like how they are directly referencing the movie.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, I'm glad because it's like
Unlike some things that just pretend the movie's never happened.
Yep, just pretend the movie didn't happen. This kind of gives me vibes of actually the G1 stuff with Transformers, because G1 season 3 is like, yeah, movie happened. This is after the movie. If you didn't see it, too bad. Things are different now.
Yep. Things
are different now. Or I mean, this is not as blatant about it, but it's like, yeah, Storm King's gonna be referenced. There's Hippogriffs and seaponies, and unfortunately, no Tempest or anything. So,
I can't get those voice actors back.
yeah, that's why you got to get sound-alikes.
Or just, see if they'll go at a
Or
discount
pony up
because they
the
liked
money.
it. I don't know. Maybe if they enjoy doing it enough, they're like, yeah, I'll come in and do that at a discount.
Yeah, I'll do it
because it's fun.
Yeah,
I would love to see Tempest come back.
it'd be nice.
That would be so nice.
Tempest is, what if you did Starlight but good?
Yeah.
Prove me wrong.
Because you get the person who's really screwed up and is trying to change and struggling with that, with Tempest.
Also, the backstory actually makes sense. But anyway, that's a whole different topic. We can actually do probably a little bit later, because, well, that will be coming up soonish in this season. I'll know for that for sure.
Yes.
In fact, we had the synopsis about, Starlight and Sunburst and their parents.
And their parents.
So I suspect that things will come back with that backstory.
Yes. Maybe they're going to make it, something a little bit more worthwhile. Embellish it a little bit more so it's not like, wow, that was petty. We'll have to see.
Yeah. With the episode itself, also we saw baby hippogriffs.
Baby hippogriffs.
Yeah, little tiny things running around. Boo!
Little gremlins.
Yeah, oh no.
And ankle biters.
Don't feed them after midnight. Yeah, it was an interesting episode just because of dealing with this whole, where do I belong thing and stuff. And there's this thing that people deal with, even as adults, you still kind of, where do I belong?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know where to go, what to do, or if I even, and sometimes it's because other people feel like you're being pressured by everyone else, and, the parents are like, I'm sorry you did that. We didn't mean to do that.
Yeah, we totally did not mean to do that.
We've seen those unfortunate things where households split, and then the parents are pressuring their kids into picking them.
Yep.
And not the other parent.
Yep.
And then all the while making the kid feel guilty and horrible.
Yep. It's like, wow, you're so selfish. You only think about yourself and not your actual kid.
Or worse, using the kid as a weapon in the fight against the ex-spouse. It's like, that's not cool.
That's not cool.
But this is like, we're sorry. We didn't really mean to make you feel like you had to choose. And it's like, you don't have to choose. You can do either one any one time you want.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that.
Yeah. And
it's a nice little message. It's like, you don't have to worry about that thing. If you feel more comfortable here, then
Yeah.
Do that.
It's like you don't have to make one decision. You can keep going between if you want.
Yep.
It's like, yeah, I like it.
It's a nice thing, especially, yeah.
It was a happy ending.
Mm.
Could have gone a lot different.
Yep. Also, I did like he just decided to sit in a tree. Because
So I'm not on the ground or in the water.
Yep.
Like a bird. Birdfish.
Oh no. Flying fish.
Flying fish, yep.
Oh. That's a thing.
I wonder if there's any relations or what the relations are between the hippogriffs and the griffins.
Well, remember, in mythology. I just remember in mythology, when a pony and a griffin do the thing,
Do the thing.
a hippogriff is born.
But what about a griffin?
I don't remember.
That's what I was like. I wonder if
exist.
there's any like connections there.
I don't know.
What if
Because
they know each
obviously in
other?
this, hippogriffs are just a society on their own. They're not just like offshoots of griffins in this world,
Yeah.
as far as we know. Could be a common distant ancestor type stuff or nonsense, but there
Could be
you
an
go.
interesting topic. Fanfic writers, go.
Yeah.
Explore the
Fanfic writers talk
geopolitical
with
ramifications of
Twilight's encounter with salmon juice.
Salmon juice.
It could still theoretically be salmon berry, but I doubt it.
I doubt it. Not with those beaks. Oh, right, the screeching contest.
Oh, yeah, the
I
screeching.
forgot. Maybe I'll win another
do you-
trophy. Twilight.
And it somehow Twilight does in fact win. How?
Twilight.
You have to really yell. I sometimes had to yell for Spike really loud. And sometimes I still have to yell at Starlight really loud.
Screeching.
Or at the CMC really loud.
I don't know. Scootaloo's screech in parental guidance probably could have won something.
Oh, that reminds they had the little thing about let's compare them on this little chart. And it's like they learned that from Twilight. They
Yep.
had to have learned
Chart
that
it
from
out.
Twilight.
Chart it out.
Yeah, compare them and then decide which one's better. Then we got all lame with the heart.
Lame. We
Lame.
forgot the third option.
Feelings are lame. Too cool for feelings. No, that just makes you a psychopath.
Sociopath.
Yeah.
I think that's all I can add.
Yeah. Can't really think of anything else. I generally like this one. It's actually probably so far one of the better episodes of the season.
It was a pretty good one, yeah.
Oh. What?
It's interesting. We didn't actually see Silverstream.
Oh yeah, that's weird.
We didn't actually
Oh,
see
they
that.
talked about it because of the permission slip and had to take
Yeah,
take it
but we
around to
didn't
the dad and the
actually
mom and went underwater.
see
Just
her.
it's like it's paper with ink.
I
And
know
went
there's-
underwater just fine.
I know there was some complaints that, oh great, we got these new set of characters. They built
we're
them
not
up
gonna
and we'll
use
never
them.
see them again. And then I think, well, we're probably going to see them this episode. And we didn't.
Yeah, we saw for
So
sure.
it's like, oh.
no, she's just mentioned quite a bit, but
I know
never
some
actually
people are
seen.
going to be upset about that.
I'm not because I don't like Silverstream that much, to be honest.
Yeah. But I know some people are going to be upset. It's like, see, they're just going to toss them out. It's like, well, oof.
I know I'm pretty sure they are popping up in another episode, though. At least one of them,
Yeah.
if I recall correctly. There should be one of them popping up in this episode pretty soon. At least one. Man, it's weird. It's like, here we are, new characters. No, let's add more.
It's just all the characters. Oh, geez. That's not usually a good
Of
thing.
course, the problem is, yeah, you can't really have Silverstream in that situation because she's in Equestria right now. She doesn't have to really decide on anything.
So it kind of makes sense. Still kind of interesting. Anyway, that was the only thing I could add.
Yeah. I liked it. I think it's so far, it's actually probably I'm going to actually say might be the best episode of the season so far, but
Possibly.
It's,
I would hold off judgment until I do a better comparison,
I don't know,
direct
but so far,
comparison.
let's see, we had
but-
School Days. Let's see, Mod Couple, Fake It Team. Right. Yeah, so far, I would honestly say so far it's probably the best one. School Days was a weird one. Mod Couple had Mud Prior. Fake It to Make It was kind of odd sometimes because this is the Fluttershy one.
Yeah.
And Granny's Gone Wild had a kind of a, well, very, very simple story.
Yeah, but it was fun.
It was fun.
It was fun.
I also know you're going to be like, oh, it's Rainbow Dash.
Well, it was Rainbow Dash. it was Rainbow Dash done really well. So it's gonna be pretty up there.
Yeah. This is just a fun CMC episode, especially with
It was.
faces and just the CMC arguing and just goofiness there. And
Yeah.
Kind of fun, kind of okay-ish song.
Yeah, it was a good episode.
And so
Whether or
I
not
didn't
it'll be
really
the
actually
best.
say how much I thought about the song itself. I just said mention is there, but I was just like, that's all right.
Yeah, it was fine.
It was fine.
It was fine. It was fine.
It was a fine
well
song.
done. Not the greatest
Although
song, but
it's
definitely.
kind of devolving into
still up there.
arguing.
Yeah.
I did like that last bit. Just don't talk to me again.
Yep.
So there you go. I think now we're good.
Now we're good.
For reals.
So yes, that's what we wanted to talk about for the episode. We're done rambling about that. We're gonna move on to fan content. So yes, I've got one song this week, and it is "Time to Be Awesome," remixed by Joined the Herd.
Shining deep inside, beneath those fears and doubts, so just squash 'em and let it shine for all the world to see that it is time, yeah, time to be awesome. Time to be awesome. Awesome, yes, to be so awesome. Awesome, yes, to be so awesome.
Yes, Join the Herd is back. Haven't had a song by them in a while, so it's nice to see them back. This one, it is nice and bouncy, just as you'd come to expect by JTH's remixes. It's fun to listen to. It really is. I love the melodies that they add to it. They work really well, I think.
Mm-hmm.
They make it their own, and they do some really good vocal chopping too.
Yeah.
It's just all around really well done and fun.
It's also got a bit of a low fidelity intro, lo-fi.
Yeah.
There's some nice vocal chopping throughout here and there because it's not straight just remix, not straight remix. And there's also does a fade out thing.
Yeah.
Fade out.
Yeah.
Also some good instrumentation type stuff throughout it. Hard to explain, but you'll hear it.
Yeah, the added melody between the parts and like the instrumental part between the vocals.
You'll hear it.
Yeah. Go listen to it. It's good.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice one.
Is good. So yes, that's the only song I got this week.
Mm-hmm.
But we have fanfics.
Oh yes, we do.
Oh boy.
All right, so yeah, after a couple of weeks of nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah. Finally, updates for one. Start off with updates. Start off worst of all possible worlds. Got 5 new chapters.
Because they always do them in huge groups.
Yeah, there's initially just 2, and then there's 3 more. And again, but it finishes off the Tyrek arc.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
In a way I did not expect.
Yeah, I was not expecting that. I'm still, and like looking back, the Tyrek arc is kind of like a weird one in some
it
ways.
still feels, the entire arc
I think
part of
it is just it feels like Sunset's kind of just goes right along with it too easily.
A bit, yeah.
And also the ending was like, oh, well, okay. And like, well, although the ending is kind of okay, whatever. After this beginning, the next one is Discord now.
Yeah, now we're in the and they
Which
introduced
kind of
a new concept.
kind of sort of nullified the ending of the last one in a sense.
Sort of.
I mean, the whole thing with particularly the loss of magic.
Right. Yeah, that one.
That's been nullified. I was like, I thought that was going to be a big deal. And it's like, no, it's not.
No, it's not. Well,
Discord-
except they added something else that you're really happy
Yeah, I'm like,
about.
okay, is now the question about there's a question
Yeah,
about
whether
that. How
that'll
long is that going
stick.
to last?
Yes.
Because, well, obviously, this was started being written before Forgotten Friendship, and if you know, it's this. I'm understanding this author had this planned out for a while, so it's possible he's like, well, we don't see Sunset as a pony since then, so it's possible you could get away with that because we don't see her as a pony anymore. So there's no obvious tells.
Yeah.
Unless she ponies up. But, well, that's no longer obviously the case, so if it's going to be compliant with canon, it can't be permanent.
Yeah. But yeah, it did introduce something really interesting with the Discord.
Well, that's kind of
arc.
interesting. we're reading it, it's like, they kind of just, that's pretty civil and casual, and that's a familiar concept I've seen before.
Yes.
I've seen it actually in a different Hasbro property as canon, which actually is crazy what they did with that one.
What are you talking about? Unicron existing and all?
Unicron, yeah, a multiverse singularity.
Yes.
So
There's
that's
only one for all of them.
Yeah, and that's pretty much the same idea as being suggested here.
Suggested. I'm not
Although
entirely
Discord,
certain Discord's
because
being
Discord.
true about that.
Yeah, he might be lying.
Yes. By the time he said those things, he had enough information to lie about that effectively.
Mm-hmm. So we'll see how that plans out. The Enchanted Kingdom got a new chapter.
Yeah.
That's updated. See, that was the off to rescue Luna.
Yep. Twilight makes it to Hollow Shades.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's Hollow Shades, and also kids find out about Princess Twilight. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's a thing. And there's also some of the stuff in the whatever's happening with Rarity and the other guy in the future, I guess.
Yes.
Something's going down there, it's looking like. It's like, something's going on there. So it'll be interesting to see that. Also Changelings.
Also
Again.
Changelings, yes.
But anyway, that's the updated stuff. Now for features,
Now for the new stuff.
two.
Yes.
A lot to go through. Start off in The Hall of the Mountain Queen by Carapace. It's Twilight's basically a thief, princess of thieves, as she calls herself,
Because she's a princess and a thief.
and she finds Princess Platinum's crown, and she has to go get it back because it belongs to Equestria, not the stupid dragon
Yes.
who catches her. And the stupid dragon is actually a version of Rarity. Shenanigans ensue.
Yep.
You probably noticed that romance tag.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's also very much based on known work elsewhere.
Certain known work. See if you pick up who it is, whose work it is.
I picked it up pretty quick.
So it's kind of interesting, just that whole thing, just how Twilight gets out of this when she gets caught and all that.
You stole my crown, and then you stole my heart.
Yeah, so it's a 8,744 word fic.
Yep.
So it's kind of on the longer side of a one shot, but not too bad.
It's not too bad.
It was fun. I don't know what it is, but a lot of these Rare Light writers lately have been just nailing the dialogue and the interactions between Twilight and Rarity. Just like,
Yeah.
it's a crazy, just fun. It's like, it's believable. Sometimes it's goofy, but it's totally in character.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just swap the names out and now it's a different ship. No, because it doesn't work anymore. It's them. So it's just weird. Like particularly Carapace and Monochromatic both have been doing a really good job with that sort of thing. And Carapace actually was compared to Monochromatic. I was like, no, not that good. So it's actually pretty interesting. Seeing that's been a thing for a while. I'm noticing with a lot of Rare Light stuff. So
It's good.
it's a really good one. And there's also Continue by naturalbornderpy. Continue? Question mark.
Continue.
It was just one shot. Now there's a bonus chapter attached to it, in which Twilight dies, and then encounters a continue screen.
What?
Yeah, it's
silly.
very silly.
It's very silly.
It's a little over 3,000 words now. I guess closer to 5,000 words with the bonus chapter. But I mostly featured it because of the final line in the original chapter. That's pretty much it. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it's basically the whole fic pretty much is just to have a one joke.
The entire thing is
Yeah, like,
it's like
better
the
Nate than
longest-
Lever.
Yeah, better. It's better than that one. Better Nate than Lever. That's such a great one.
Yeah, but it's just it's a very silly thing about just the idea of how alicorns work. It's a goofy one, and I like it. Just why not?
It's silly. It's fun.
Video games.
Video.
Have you heard about
games.
video games?
Uh,
Also, the bonus chapter is kind of alright. Just kind of another silly thing, just kind of playing with the concept a little bit more.
Yep.
Been taken a kind of also silly direction. Although I know some people are asking for a sequel. I'm personally of the opinion that like it doesn't really need one. Honestly, it's a good funny joke fic, and I think it does what it does. But at this point, if you add to it, you're just kind of getting into just, I guess,
you're gonna tire the windmill out.
yeah. Twilight kind of just you're just doing what you're doing is you're doing. Twilight's just playing around with the settings, and that's pretty much what you'd be doing, which can be entertaining in its own right. But you're gonna have to do a very different sort of fic for that to work, and not where how it's welcome.
Yeah.
At least in my opinion.
The windmill joke would get tired out.
Oh.
Yep. That's
So that's it.
That's it. No more fan content. That's the end.
Nothing, everything.
It's the end of everything. This is just, we're done. It's over. Everything is over. The end of life as we know it.
Oh.
It's the end of the world as we know it.
Who knows?
Do you
anymore?
feel fine?
I guess.
So yes. Again, that brings us to the end of the episode. I hope you liked what you heard. If you did, you can find all of our other episodes, past, future, and present, at pony411.libsyn.com. Remember, that's Libsyn. So go there, find them all, download them. There's a bunch of stuff on the site. You can go check it all out. You can also find us on iTunes. Search for Pony411. Go subscribe to us. Give us 5 stars. Have it all auto-download when you subscribe. All that sort of fun stuff. You can also find us on Stitcher, Stitcher.com, where you use the mobile apps. You can also find us on Ponyville Live. Yes, we're on Ponyville Live with all the other shows that they do. We're there. We're also on Google Play. That's play.google.com/music. Then you can search for Pony411. You can find us. Don't know. It's annoying that you have to go there, but you do. Won't find us anyway. We're also on YouTube. youtube.com/pony411. So go like, comment, and subscribe. And click the bell if you want to get emails when we update, because that's a thing, and we have to say that, and it's annoying. Yes, you're all there. And we also air on Ponyville FM every Tuesday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, so tune in then, or tune in before and after. All throughout the week, we have live DJs playing some really great music. Go check them out. They're awesome. If you would like to get a hold of us, you can email us. We are pony411podcast@gmail.com, so send us comments, criticisms, suggestions. Like if you want us to look at something, send it to us there. We will take a look. If you just want to say hi, that works as well.
Hello. Tell us how we're wrong about the episode.
How we're horribly wrong about everything. We'll just chuckle.
Or just tell, I don't know. So,
Cry on the inside whenever we receive any sort of negative feedback, you know. We're also on Facebook, facebook.com/pony411. Go like our page there. We'll post updates when they happen. We're also on Twitter, @pony411. Go follow us, tweet us. That's the best way for quick little communications, and say hi. See us tweet random nonsense and random incorrect quotes.
Yep.
Stuff like that.
Seatbelt.
You can also follow our personal Twitter accounts. I am @Alca7raz with a 7 instead of a T and an underscore at the end, and he is @Nemesis Prime 1.
See me make controversial opinions like I think PUBG is better than Fortnite.
That is a controversial opinion. And you can see me, I guess I tweeted a picture from Sea of Thieves. So yes, whenever I'm not just retweeting Emergency Pony. So yes, you can go follow us there, I guess, if you want to. But again, that's the end of the episode. Hope you liked what you heard. Hope you tune in next time. Talk about the next episode, which I have forgotten which one it is.
Horseplay.
Oh, it's gonna be a good one.
I get to talk about the Celestia episode.
You get to talk about the Celestia episode. This is gonna
Celestia
be
and
good.
Twilight.
Yes, you're going to enjoy this. I think
Swear.
we're all going to enjoy this.
Swear to God, if they find a way to inject Starlight into it, I don't know.
You will scream.
I'll scream and burst all your eardrums.
Fortunately, there's a limiter on the recording. But yes, that will be next week. Hope you tune in then. But remember, until then, please, pony responsibly. See ya.
Bye.